Hello, and we're live. Day 53. I wish there was like a notification that was like ding so that I don't have to look here to see that I'm live, but I could just look here. Anyway, I took yesterday off streaming, which is hasn't been done in 52 days, but I have an important explanation as to why that is. And if you're new to watching this stream, I want to welcome you. Please hit that subscribe button. This playlist, specifically, these streams are to document my journey living in Los Angeles, writing a feature film, getting into an entertainment agency. I didn't know that that would all be encompassed into these videos, but here we are and talking about life, all that fun stuff. One thing I was talking to my buddy about was discerning between whether I enjoy writing or enjoy making these videos, right? And I think the answer is both, but I've felt obligated to write every single day. Now, an important distinction is to be made that my brother Nick said was brought to my attention was, it's like if you're trying to be a writer, showing up every day, that's important. If you're trying to be a screenwriter, writing every day is important. I am doing both those things as a byproduct of wanting to get this film made, but I don't know that I need to do that every single day. Certainly helpful, consistency, no matter what, discipline, of course. But I'm going to be thinking over the next couple days, reflecting. I may change this stream schedule. I don't know. There's a tremendous amount of resistance, and not only that. I mean, I sit down, but it's just like when I'm doing this, sometimes I'm at the computer and I'm just like counting down the minutes. Like, I don't want to do this. So there's a lot to think about in order to decide what I want to do. I know that I want to create videos, create content, document my journey. Whenever I make a video, even now as I'm talking, I'm energized. I'm excited about just speaking to the camera, speaking to you, and sharing my experiences. So I'm back today. I took a little rest yesterday. Feeling pretty exhausted today as well. Still at my buddy's house, as you can see. We'll be here until early January, but hopefully we'll be leaving sooner if I get back into my apartment. A new challenge has appeared, and that is finding a third roommate. So I managed to find one. Now I'm trying to find another one to get back into the place I just was before it goes. I don't know how much time I have, but I'm working pretty hard on that, and I'm also just messing around. I'm playing freaking Hogwarts on this PC over here. Can't see it, but I'm playing that and just chilling. And so there's a lot to be done, but I haven't really ever just chilled and rested in the past few months. So it feels good. Anywho, let me say the prayer to the muse rather, and then I'm gonna do 30 minutes writing on this. So here we go. O divine Poesy, goddess, daughter of Zeus, sustain for me this song of the various minded man, who after he had plundered the innermost citadel of hallowed Troy, was made astray grievously about the coast of men, the sport of their customs, good and bad, while his heart through all the seafaring ached in agony to redeem himself and bring his company safe home. Vain hope for them, for his fellows he strove in vain. By their own witlessness they were cast aside to destroy for me the oxen of the most exalted sun. Wherefore the sun god blotted out the day of their return. Make this tale live for us in all its many bearings. O Muse. So there's a reason I do this. I'm gonna actually send you the link in the chat right here. And again, if you're watching this, please hit that like button, hit subscribe. It would truly, truly mean a lot. Like the other day, I was almost just gonna say, fuck this, I'm done. And then I went back to my computer and I saw one of the videos had a bunch of views and I had 2 new subscribers. So it's well, that's not what it's about. It is tremendously motivating and really means a lot to me. So thank you. Okay, I'm gonna hit the timer for 30 minutes right now. Let me open up all my tabs that I need. And the whole intention behind this is for me to write my screenplay and you to write whatever you want, or just watch me write whatever you want to do. So let's see here. This is good. I'm gonna get these out. Started working out again consistently as well. Feeling exhausted, but grateful for that. Getting back on my meal plan too. We're getting everything back together. Kind of fell apart for a little while there. Okay, let me make sure this is connected. Looks like it is. All right, let's do this. I think I'm going to speak a little bit too through this. Okay, this is write down some ideas here. So right now I'm just taking notes. I was actually writing on the screenplay. I made it 11 pages in. And you know what I realized was so often I've tried to emulate other writers with like their routines, and that goes back to writing every single day. When James Mangold, who wrote Logan, I'm going to read this from him. I think this is the article. He says, I can't outline. I don't like to outline. I try to write in full screenplay format and try to figure out my movie at the same time. No one can guide you but you. I write until I stop. He says, too many screenwriters believe they have to write every single day for X number of hours. But what good is it if you're forcing yourself to write when you really don't know what you're writing? It will lead to pages and pages of material that you will never or shouldn't use. I go, when you are stuck writing, it's because you don't know what you're writing. You should go see a movie, go for a walk, hold hands with someone, go to the park, go on a bike. When you think of something to write, find your way back and write it. So something to take into consideration. So I'm actually gonna not gonna write in the screenplay format. I mean, because I think it is a big story change that I may have come across through actually watching my brother and friend play a video game earlier. So I'm actually gonna go, and that reminded me of a show I was watching. I've actually have a particular scene in Walking Dead, which I'm gonna go look up right now. Holy shit. I haven't seen this scene. Goddamn. I'm literally like sweating watching this scene. Holy fuck, I'm gonna steal the shit out of this. Oh my god. And I'm gonna copy and paste this into my see, one thing I'm trying to keep in mind is like, well, first off, let me correct myself because as I'm writing this, I'm like, this is not writing. I should be writing the screenplay. This is actually writing down notes and ideas, researching. This is writing. This is how like I'm just visualizing right now because one thing I'm trying to keep in mind is that like my it's the first feature I have, so I have to consider like budgetary restraints. You should write, yeah, you should write, let yourself be creative, but yada yada. But it's also important to consider like how practical, how can I do this practically, considering this is the first one. And if I only get one shot at this, how am I going to be able to do this with the most success? So I'm just kind of visualizing. I might have to do some changes here. actually. Hmm. Okay, that concludes the session for today. Actually, this is fucking great. It feels good to have had a day off. I did some research here as well as the next scene I was writing. I went back to the screenplay. I'm on page 15 now, and the pacing is pretty good. And I actually just copied some dialogue I had from the beat sheet. So when I was making the beat sheets, they got gradually more and more detailed. And then I would add like my fifth iteration of the beat sheet, the outline. I like got like quarter way through. Same thing with the sixth one. And at that point, I'm like, okay, there's no more gas in the tank here. I gotta just start writing. So I actually took the dialogue from the fourth iteration of the beat sheet, which was super detailed of an outline. And I took that and I just copied it and pasted it in the right format in this. And even looking back at that beat sheet now, there's some parts that are like super cringe and corny. I just deleted those and I put it in here. And that's part of the thing too, because as I'm writing this, I'm like, oh, this kind of sucks. This sucks. I gotta like really like it's like trekking through a swamp. Like this fucking sucks. And then when you go back, you're like, okay, now I know where to step to get through it. So feeling pretty good. And then there was this particular line of dialogue that was like, whoa, like this is fucking good. Like the only one so far where I'm like, damn, I like that a lot. And then further along, I'm like, wow, this actually could be really powerful, which motivates me to want to write now. Right. So I'm not gonna always have great days. This goes for anything. I I approached some girl at the gym yesterday, turned me down. Like you're not gonna hit a home run every time if you've barely ever swung a bat. And this is something I was talking to my brother about and my new roommate now. Yesterday, I'm in his room right now. Um, is like batting averages. Like the best players have like a 30-40% hit rate, which is crazy. They're only hitting like three or four, they're just hitting the ball like three or four times out of 10, which is wild. So anyway, this feels good. I still have to reflect on like how I want to proceed, whether or not I want to do the daily streams. I might just do daily streams based on things I want to talk about. So just not related to writing necessarily. I might change the writing schedule maybe like 3, 4, or 5 times a week. So I don't know yet. We'll see kind of how things play out. Maybe I'll do like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing. And then in between every day, I'll have like talking about life lessons, wisdom, all that kind of fun stuff, self improvement, whatever you want to hear. I love to talk about it. I was even thinking about writing ideas on pieces of paper and just pulling them out and ranting. I really enjoy the whole ranting process, the unscripted format. Um, the dots were connecting yesterday. As I was talking about some screenplays that I had written, some films. My most successful ones, the ones I'm most proud of, have come without any planning. And that says something. Like I didn't do any outline. I wrote it all in one session and I was like, let's shoot it. Fuck it, let's do it. And those are the ones I'm most proud of. So just to speak and to be in the moment, to be spontaneous is an art form in itself. And I feel like at this point in my life, I'm finally learning like what works for me. And that's really dope. Because sometimes I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. And it's nice to see these little signs of like, okay, I feel like the compass is pointing me in this direction. And so that perhaps it's something I can talk about on a stream the next time. But for now, 38 minutes in. If you're watching this, again, please hit that subscribe button, like this video. It would really mean a lot. And I'm going to wrap this up. So tune in next time. Tomorrow, I'll be here. And I'm going to work on this week a schedule, like a release schedule for these videos, a time that I'll be doing them so you can hop on, watch, support, ask questions. And I'd love to be of service to you any way I can. So talk to you soon. Peace.